So Draya has allegedly been let go from Savage Fenty, and you know what? I'm thankful for that. Sis made some ignorant comments about Megan Thee Stallion. She made jokes about Megan Thee Stallion and the incident with Tory Lanez, and it's like, sis, why would you do this considering that you're ambassador for Savage, which is owned and started by Rihanna, and Rihanna was a victim of a situation just like this. So why would you fix your mouth to go on a podcast kikiing with some men about abuse and making jokes about it? This is the thing where we make celebrities and we give them an unnecessary attention. Draya has no I don't know what to call it. Draya has never talked about any of these things. Draya ain't reading up on stuff. She ain't out here moving any movements besides making trash ass macaroni and cheese and dressing and stuff. Like sis over here stuffing cranberry apples and turkey burgers for Thanksgiving. Who is coming to Draya to ask her to talk about anything? Draya is only known because she is desirable. She's a light-skinned, thin woman with quote-unquote body. That is the only reason why we're paying attention to Draya. It is not because Draya is this force and she has a lot to say. So for her to be on the podcast is already laughable. To discuss this type of stuff and to discuss it with two cishet, like a couple of cishet men laughing and kikiing, you right here laid up and making jokes. They use you as a pun. Now Draya has come out. She had probably been let go. Savage is probably unfollow her on Instagram. I don't know, but they don't follow her no more. There's no more pictures of her on the Instagram account anymore. And girl, I know it hurts because Savage probably was the biggest brand and the biggest check that she received because Draya, you out here pushing some form of Tommy T and all these trash clothes and stuff. Like, since your influence is cute, but the brands are not big to hit you up. Like, let me tell y'all something. As someone who has started to maneuver in these things and these spaces and stuff, and selling ad space and all this, like influence is like it does pay. But you have to also recognize who is paying you, because some brand who doesn't have that many followers, doesn't have that much money, doesn't have a big budget, probably ain't gonna pay you what you are worth because they the only ones coming to you. That's why you got a couple of celebrities pushing flat tummy tea, because ain't no big brand like, and they posting it. Like, ain't no big brand like no, mattress hitting these folks up and saying, say this, and it's like some reputable stuff that folks use. It's bullshit stuff. So Draya act like she unbothered posting picture stuff. Girl, you are bothered. I would be bothered too if I lost a deal from something else. If you weren't bothered, you wouldn't have released an apology about it. But girl, now you have to pretend like you have to do this celebrity thing where you act like you are unbothered by it, but you really are bothered by it. Girl, you are really shooken by it. Because if you wouldn't have said anything about it. You keep addressing it, letting us know that you are truly bothered by it. And now you've been bothered on somewhere else, girl. They moved you on down the road, and I love to see it. I love to hear it. Draya, good riddance, girl. But sis, you want to talk like the girls were dragging you several years ago and making comments about you not being able to take care of your son. Like you feeding your son fingernails and stuff like. So sis, girl, you should know more than anybody that some of this stuff on Twitter and social media can be hurtful, because girl, you got dragged for the longest for that mess. So do better. Chrissy Teigen, Lord, has been getting on my everlasting nerves. I have never ever been a fan of her. Ever. So Chrissy Teigen was on what was she on? She was on Twitter, as she always is. And I think she kind of tried to imply and make a joke about Megan Thee Stallion, and Twitter did not take it well. She tweeted this: I have a Megan Thee Stallion joke, but it needs to be twerked on. After Megan Thee Stallion had already said, like, girl, black women are protected. Chrissy Teigen, why are you always in black women's business? Why are you always in black folks' business? What is your issue? So Chrissy Teigen, to me, should like abolish her Twitter account. Just take it down. And honestly, Chrissy Teigen should be the last person even tweeting, considering that there were old tweets found of her making disgusting comments about wanting to see these girls do splits and stuff from the show that she was watching. I can't even think of the name of the show. It was some like those Princess and Tiaras show. She was out here tweeting and making all type of I don't even know what you even call them type of comments. But she has always been weird to me. Like, and she just keeps digging a hole in herself. Like, she's went and deleted like thousands and thousands of tweets. She locked up her Twitter account at one point in time. Like, girl, how you locking your Twitter account? You got like 3 million something followers. Like, girl, go sit down. But I want to know what is her issue. Like she tweeted this, said, I'll delete this because you guys are so annoying. Just unfollow me, you absolute tools. Chrissy, we just made mention that making any type of jokes or laughing about this Megan Thee Stallion stuff is trash. So for you to even say that you have a mean Megan Thee Stallion joke after there's been conversation about her not wanting any jokes and people taking it serious, like, what is your issue? Like, I'm not getting, like, Megan Thee Stallion tweeted this July the 17th. Black women are so unprotected. We hold so many things in to protect the feelings of others without considering our own. It might be funny to y'all on the internet and just another messy topic for you to talk about, but this is my real life, and I'm real life hurt and traumatized. And she tweeted this on the 24th of July. Like 7 days later. Like, what is your issue? I really blame John Legend for making her something, because I could have went the rest of my life for not knowing anything about Chrissy Teigen. You know what, honestly, abolish John Legend too, honestly. John Legend can go, if we have to get rid of Chrissy Teigen and we have to take John Legend got to go too, both of them can go. Girl, we can listen to Green Light on somebody else. Somebody else can do another Green Light, girl. Like, Green Light means go get rid of Chrissy Teigen. Like, get with her. She's always in black folks' business. She always is. Like, I'm getting irritated even thinking about this. Now, Meek Mill. Girl, I hope for a time that we will talk about Meek Mill when he actually has some music and out that we are all interested in listening to. So him and his girlfriend, me, and Milano have decided to break up. He tweeted this: me, and Milano decided to remain, my head is hurt reading this, to remain friends and build our child as separate parents. We still have mad love for each other, but we both came to understanding. Meek. Now this tweet has been deleted because they started clowning him because me, and Milano, like, girl, what? He should have put that through somebody first. Girl, so Meek Mill is one of them folks that probably need some therapy after nigga. But I don't know what nigga did to him. I wonder if she put that snatch cat on him and it just like took it. I don't know, but I don't think Meek Mill was ever there to begin with. So this was posted, somebody posted this or whatever, and Meek laughed at it. Y'all got one more time to share Nicki pregnancy picture on your story or timeline, you getting blocked. She don't know you and she didn't post you when you were pregnant. So he put the emojis, y'all can see him, and started laughing. I wouldn't be responding to anything. Like, that's some petty stuff. Anytime your whatever, the person you're not dealing with is being talked about and you comment, and like, I would not be interested. I wouldn't be liking, I wouldn't be engaging, especially considering how profile Meek Mill is. And it's just like, girl, what was the reason? So they clown him for that. They clowning him for this breakup and this me and stuff. And I just want Meek to just go sit down. My girl is with me pregnant, watching me tweet about my ex is very clownish. I don't understand what that means. Somebody explain that to me. But like, what is it? What do you mean? My girl is with me pregnant, watching me tweet about my ex is very clownish. Like, what? Like, this is Meek Mill we talk about. So this is what we talk about. So y'all let me know what y'all want to do with Meek Mill, because I'm ready to get rid of him too, girl. She getting on my everlasting nerves. So let's talk about somebody else, another male rapper that I want to throw in the trash, and that's Trouble Man Harris, aka T.I. Harris, Tip, or whatever you want to call him. Apparently, girl, it's some family drama going on, and maybe y'all need to talk about that in y'all new show or whatever. So, if I'm not mistaken, who was it first that announced something? I can't think of who tweeted something. I think, okay, so it was Deja who tweeted this and said, "Watch how you speak to your children. I don't care how old they are. They still deserve the same respect that you expect in return. I still love you, but from a distance, not because I don't care about you, but more so for the sake of my own well-being and inner peace." Now this was posted by Deja. So T.I. responded and he posted a screenshot of the conversation that he had in a group chat with all the other folks in the member of the house or whatever. And he texted to, he sent the screenshot to Deja, and Deja responded and said, bro, it's always some BS. It didn't answer. I didn't answer their DM for a reason. They still gonna post it. And then I guess T.I. said, no pressure, my love. I would just suggest you apply more context, Deja. IG is a place where if you don't give them their conclusion, they would definitely draw their own. And Deja said she was going to comment. This looks like bullying to me. Of course, the child is not going to respond and say, yeah, girl, I was talking about you, da-da-da, what you going to do about it, and what? But I think that Deja definitely was talking about T.I. I think she definitely was dragging T.I. as she should. I think that their relationship has not been the same since their whole situation. She's made comments about it before. We've literally seen her cry about it on the show. Like, girl, like everybody is not, like, for me, I don't mind getting my parents together. Like, I think there was a question asked about a couple of weeks ago. When did you realize that your parents are not perfect? And I think I realized my parents weren't perfect at a very early age, but I still gave them the illusion that they were, because when I was growing up and like dealing with my sexuality and all these things and what it told me that was wrong and this and that, like I didn't understand. I really didn't understand. I thought I was doing something wrong, and I was like, why am I being punished for being queer? Why am I being punished for having the attraction to the same sex? Well, what is all of these things? So I realized that my parents are not perfect. And they don't necessarily mean any harm, but even though they did cause harm in me with that situation, they're not perfect. And I don't mind letting them know how I feel, because I had to grow up dealing with my sexuality and all that. So it's just like, now I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you about my boyfriend. I'm gonna tell you about my relationship. I'm gonna tell you this is what's going on. Like, if you don't like it, you don't want to be invited to the wedding, all these things, then good. If you can't deal with me, then we can't have no relationship. If you can't deal with my sexuality, then we can't have no relationship. That's a lot for some folks. But I think we have to demand respect from our parents, because sometimes our parents feel like just because they brought us in this world that they can disrespect us. And you can be disrespectful to your child. And kids can be disrespectful to their parents, but sometimes your parents, y'all be thinking that your kid being disrespectful, but they're telling you to respect them. So girl, that's something we need to work on, and I feel like that's exactly what is going on in this conversation. Even girl, who is that? Zanique. Girl, there's rumors that she might be pregnant. She posted a cryptic tweet or Instagram post and said, girl, I'm giving y'all girls Nicki Minaj teas or something. So it's been rumors that she might be pregnant. And I wouldn't be surprised if she is, so well, like, happy for her. But from my understanding, from what I've been told, I didn't know Zanique is not T.I.'s child. Deja is. That's a previous relationship, previous marriage or whatever, girl. It's just a lot. I can see that's why y'all got T.I. family drama. I see why y'all got a whole show about that. But T.I. and this whole Hyman Gate situation and thing, I just wish T.I. would just sit down and just leave. Like, I wish he would just leave his children out of the public eye with this, because that whole stuff I'm pretty sure still affects Deja to this day. Like, her genitalia has been talked about by everybody. Like, and her father brought this by talking about what he does. Like, it's just, it's trash. So he needs to apologize to her even more, until she gives him the respect that he thinks he needs. And she don't never have to give him anything. Like, girl, her father disrespecting her in front of millions of people. Like, can you imagine that your like something like that to that magnitude is being talked about in blogs? Girl, we hate to see it. Pump brakes real quick and talk about what is going on with Tamar Braxton. So it's been a while since I've talked about this, but Tamar Braxton, the 911 call and stuff was leaked or whatever, and they said in the 911 call you can hear David, her boyfriend, making comments about why she was feeling suicidal or whatever, and he made mention about what's going on with WeTV and this contract and all that with them, and how she feels like she's trapped. She doesn't like how she's being portrayed on this new show. And some of the family members like, girl, what does this got to do? Like, she needs treatment. Like, she needs emergency help right now. Why are we talking about this? Like, why are we? And that is weird to me. Like, that's weird to me. It's something is weird. And I don't want to name it right now because I'm not that comfortable, but something is extremely weird for somebody to be needing medical help and then they're sitting here talking about a TV show on the 911 call. Like, something is extremely weird about that. But he said he will stay by her side and everything. And on behalf of Tamar Braxton, I want to thank her fans in public for the ongoing thoughts and prayers. Tamar is a beautifully talented woman, a devoted mother, a loving girlfriend, a dear sister, and special friend to countless people. And girl, I guess he's mentioning that he gonna stand by her side and all this stuff y'all saying is untrue or whatever, girl. The same deflect stuff all these other folks do. This is an extremely difficult time for Tamar and her family as she navigates personal struggles, including her battle with depression. Tamar is currently receiving the best available medical attention to address those struggles and strengthen her mental health, and her family and I remain by her side throughout her treatment. Yeah. Something ain't sounding right to me. Something is not sounding right. I still can't imagine me being to the point I need to call 911 to get medical attention and someone is on here talking about the show. You need to be talking about the vitals. Can she breathe? Is she coherent? Does she know where she's at? These type of things. Not no conversation about what's going on. Like, it's hard for me to take anything that some of these folks say because some of these celebrities, they seem like that y'all, like, I don't even want to say it. It's hard. It's hard. Like, and I know it's hard for them too. Because I honestly, I remember looking at the comment and someone said that they think that I lied about being HIV positive to get attention. Like, girl, what attention have I got? Why would I introduce something else out, like, to put me in another thing? Like, girl, why would I add even more struggle to my life? I don't get no win from announcing I was HIV positive. I ain't did no HIV positive campaign. I've only used my struggle of me living with HIV to talk to other folks who are HIV positive and are not comfortable with themselves and all these. That's the only thing that I've gotten enjoyment out of, is being able to relate and have conversations with like-minded folks and other people who are living with HIV. But I ain't got no $1 million deal with HIV brands and medication. Y'all ain't seen me popping no big target, even though that's what I take. Like, I ain't got no money for this. And girl, I was already doing work before I even announced I was positive and before I even became positive. So girl, what's the tea? What's that giving? But I try, like, that's the only thing that keeps me from looking at this whole situation with a magnifying glass, because it can be harmful for someone to experience something and people don't believe it and think that they're doing it for attention and clout. But this whole announcement and talking about it on the 911 call is very weird to me. So yeah, no. So really quickly, I'm gonna end this video. I'm gonna talk about John Lewis. As you all know, we lost two great civil rights leaders last week. Both of them passed away, and the timing of it is just so, like, wow, considering the movement of Black Lives Matter, considering defund the police, abolish the police, all of these things, and voting rights is still gutted, destroyed, non-existent. Folks are still fighting for the right to vote. Voter suppression is still still a thing. And you got John Lewis has put his life on the line and has gotten beaten and doing all these things. And it's like still stuff hasn't changed much. He's gotten older and his politics has changed, but stuff hasn't changed. Like, these folks still doing the same stuff. I think I want to talk about the performative funeral of all this. Y'all know I'm not a fan of funerals, but for me, it is hard for me to watch this black man endure all of this pain and suffering and talk about the stuff that he experienced on this bridge, and then his final moments being walked across in a carriage with a horse with a United States flag on him, being carried across this bridge that caused him so much harm and pain in his earlier life. I don't know what to describe this as. You got all these folks out here talking about, oh, he was a good man. Like, there's nothing beautiful and amazing and memorizing about a black man fighting for the right to exist and his diet, and still nothing has happened. And I don't know why we are, if I'm using the word right, commodifying like this whole thing, his legacy and all that. Like, that is weird to me. That is extremely weird to me. But I think definitely he's okay with how all this is going and how he's being treated and stuff. But it's just, I don't want y'all to take me back to no site that I was like, experienced this harm at. Don't do that to me. Like, I don't know what it is about like our leaders experiencing so much pain, so much hurt, and it's just like, oh girl, but they still take them back to where they got harmed at. Like, what? Like, what is that? Is it just me? That is weird to me. Like, he still made it. He's still here. He's still here. Still strong. No, he was killed. Like, he was harmed. Like what? They were like taking Martin Luther King's ashes or body back to the Lorraine Motel in Memphis. Like, I don't want to be there. And what is the purpose of it when we still are in the same place and nothing has changed? Only the numbers of the folks who are at the White House has. Like, 45, 46, 47. Like, it's just, girl, what is going on? Like, I can't get behind that. I can't get behind these folks and this false sense of we care. And it's just, girl, y'all don't care. Y'all don't care. All this stuff is very performative. I hate that he passed. I almost had the chance to meet him with doing some HIV work that I was doing. I think people are free to critique John Lewis and the stuff that he's done. I don't think it's a disrespect to his legacy. I think it's for a man who sat in the same seat for years, held onto the seat for how long, and not be critiqued. That's weird. Like, that's weird. I'm not understanding why our leaders are sitting in positions for like 10, 15, 30, 40 years. Like, sis, if you ain't got, like, what? Like, girl, what's going on? It's giving me career politician tease. But I know some folks ain't gonna like that, but I very much encourage folks to pay attention to that. We are currently right now working on a conversation about John Lewis on In the Middle, and I'm not sure when it's gonna be because Deshaun was not feeling well this past weekend, so we had to postpone. So I look forward to putting that episode out to you all very soon. When we record it. I love y'all so much. Thank you for checking out this King Reese video. Girl, I gave y'all 2 long videos. I hope it wasn't too long. I hope y'all enjoyed. Be safe, wash your hands, social distance, do all of those things. Until next time, I'll talk y'all later. Bye.